Hi, this is Lisa Orta, and I want to talk a little bit about the ways that Tomine uses setting in his graphic novel Shortcomings. And you can see the cover of the book. Tomine sets Shortcomings largely on the UC Berkeley campus and the neighboring neighborhoods and communities surrounding the campus. And I think this is the ideal choice for the topic of his book because Berkeley is kind of known as a place where students explore. There's some history of radicalism, there's history of protest, there's history of political activism. And Tomine is looking at issues of race. And I think also Berkeley is a great location for this because Berkeley tends to attract a good amount of Asian students. The two protagonists in the novel, both Ben and Miko, are Japanese, and the theme that runs through the novel is they're both looking for ways to interpret their racial and ethnic identity that is authentic for each one of them. While Berkeley is a progressive and multi-ethnic city, the reality of the situation is that the students still seem to congregate and stick to their own groups. And this is illustrated in the novel when Tomine has Ben take Sasha on a date to the Durant Street food court. And the Durant Street food court is predominantly populated with Asian restaurants. And he even makes a bit of a comment to her when they get there about all the Asian students that are congregated there. A lot of the novel takes place in what would be considered sort of cheap student type restaurants. Students, especially ones that live in the dorms, spend a lot of time in these types of restaurants. So I thought that was a nice touch. Also, the two protagonists are working very hard to figure out who they are, and I think that this is something that college students do a lot. It's a time of life when young adults are looking for their identities and they're looking for self-definition. As it turns out, Ben is the manager of a local movie theater that shows old movies, and he kind of considers himself a movie aficionado. But in reality, he's really a small fish in a large pond. He's a manager of a movie theater. On the other hand, Miko is very interested in independent Asian American filmmaking. And she has an attraction to New York City, which was somewhat common for students of the time. The book is set in the early 2000s. And I think she's interested in going to New York City because this is where the big art scene is happening. And I think she's a lot more interested in being a small fish in a big pond and living in a larger world. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how Tomine uses the location of Berkeley to tie in with his theme of the quest for sort of racial and ethnic identity for our two protagonists.